Hey everyone, I am going to do a book review on this book called The Shack. I know there has been a lot of controversy over this book, well, maybe not a lot, but all the controversy seems to be over the theology of this book, and a lot of people are offended and don't agree with the theology and blah blah blah. It's almost as if they were reading it expecting the Bible or something. I just want to point out right here on the back, can you see that word? It says fiction. Right on the title page it says a novel by William Polya. I guess I enjoyed the book because I wasn't looking for theology. I was just looking for a good read. I guess you could say the author was throwing out his ideas of theology and then hiding behind a label fiction. I think it's a great compliment to a writer when a story can move so many people. I mean, just think of all the reactions provoked by this book. Just looking at it, I wasn't too excited about it, but then reading back and then the recommendation from my friend Maggie, that's what really, just seeing it on the shelf, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. It's about Mac, and he's telling a story about the great sadness, and just all about how he spends the weekend with God in the shack. It's from the perspective of Max. He's the narrator of this story. There's a few flashbacks, and then the rest is mostly the weekend at the cabin, or the shack. It was years ago, but Mac taken his kids camping, and his youngest daughter, Missy, was kidnapped at the campsite, and then brutally murdered, and they found evidence in the shack, hence the name of the book. Very horrible part of the book for me. Well, because I have little siblings and I love them to death, and so it was scary for me to read that part, and the whole time I had this horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach, because I knew it was going to happen, but just everything leading up to it. And the fact that the killer used the ladybug, I can't look at ladybugs the same. Look, there's the ladybug right on the cover. Ever since then, he's just lost his faith and was mad and angry at God, and he's mad and angry at the guy who did it. There was character development, but I guess there wasn't enough for me. There was just talking, and then, oh, okay, light bulb goes on and he changes. Keep wanting them to change, and then when they don't, it's disappointing, so that when they finally do, you're like, yay! But that's kind of not, that doesn't happen in the book. I mean, there was a few times when you wondered if he's ever gonna forgive that person, but that was about it. Jesus was exactly as I expected, just from reading about him from the Bible and stuff. But then I was more excited about God and the Holy Spirit, because two characters that one doesn't often get to see or experience as humans, I guess. I just want to say that I really liked the idea of God as a woman. Not because I am one. I mean, to me, it's probably more comfortable that I think of God as a father. But my favorite character was Sarayu, the Holy Spirit, because she was unpredictable and colorful, and she was just all over the place, but then at the same time she was very calm personality, and she liked to garden and be in nature. She just seemed like a neat person. The style of the book was very easy to read. So the vocabulary in the book, because I like my words, it was a lot of dialogue, not a lot of description. Language was actually pretty simple, which I think he was trying to do on purpose because of the things he was talking about. Besides the fact that the book shouldn't be used as theology and it's all fiction, the themes in the book I really enjoy, and I really think that they can, you can apply some of these things to your life. I mean, every time you read a book, it's going to become a part of you anyways. Forgiveness and love and freedom from the world and learning to live loved. There's a part in the book where Mac is talking to Papa about pain, and she says, "You were created to be loved. So for you to live as if you are unloved is a limitation. Being unloved is like clipping a bird's wings and removing its ability to fly. Not something I want for you." There's something that Jesus says to Mac, just after all these discussions and talks, and Mac just asks questions after question after question. And then Jesus says to him, "You don't need to have it all figured out. Just be with me." And then he goes and he lays on the grass next to Jesus. I just thought that was a great picture. I wasn't like I was going through a hard time or anything and needed some book to like open my eyes and change my life. But I got a lot out of it. I feel like it was really relevant to me. No sex, no profanity. So this book gets an 8. Can I just read one of the reviews, the negative reviews? I just think this is so funny. Alright, it goes, "While this may be a good fiction story, the fact remains that it's not and can never be described as Christian literature." Agreed. "The Bible clearly states that no one may see God lest they will perish. So by the very fact that it directly contradicts a part of the Bible, I will not read it, and I do not recommend it to Christian readers." Becca. "The very fact that it directly contradicts a part of the Bible, I will not read it, and I do not recommend it to Christian readers." Well, Becca, thanks for doing a book review without actually reviewing it.